Hey you guys, thank you for watching another episode of Amor Conversation with me, Amor here. And today I have calligraphist joining me for a dope conversation. But before we get into that conversation, make sure you're subscribed, turning on your post notifications, and commenting down below about your thoughts of what we talked about today. And you can also keep the conversation going by heading over to Twitter using my hashtag AmorConversation. So let's go ahead and get right into it.
Yeah, I wish I had a little lick in my system. Yeah. Where did my mother
But you can call later.
You know, he's booked, you know, and so this is what he does. He's talking to a client right now. Just got back in from Philly. Why were you in Philly?
J Electronica.
Oh, wow. Was that your first time working with him?
Yeah.
How was that?
It's dope.
Yeah? Okay, cool.
He's a real dope soul.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the introduction. We have a dope person here. Name calligraphist. I can't say your real name.
Yeah, you can.
What's your middle name? You have to say your middle name. I've been trying to get his middle name for a long time, so you just can say it here and everybody can know.
I know.
Okay, whatever.
It's out there. You just have to kind of.
Anyways, we have calligraphist here, a photographer. What's your title? How do you want to be addressed?
Visual storyteller, content creator. Because yes, I'm a photographer, but I do more than that. And last year and this year is going to kind of show kind of what I really do, and then the layers to what I can do. So I would say visual storyteller.
Okay, because last year you came out with your own book.
Last year I started shooting 2016 I tried to start it. Yeah.
Where does time go? I feel like that was last year.
So the book is gonna come out this year, God willing. But I shot the book in 2016. And last year I was doing preliminaries. I finished the book last year. So now I'm doing preliminaries on publishing and who I'm gonna do with and work with and all that stuff. So.
That is so dope. So what inspired you to start this book as a visual storyteller? You're telling a story, I assume.
This specific book was a challenge. So the book is basically based on me challenging myself to shoot a photo every day. So that's how it started out. It was simply every single day for an entire year to get up and take a photo of someone, not just a thing, but an actual person. So I'm like, it can be easy, cool, you know, just go out and shoot somebody. But as you go on, you realize it's not that easy.
Yeah, because you would be up late sometimes looking for someone to shoot. I remember that.
I would go on Instagram and get no one. I would be walking down the street and get a homeless person. Like, it became its own beast, but it also started, because first it started that, and then it turned into me saying, I'm around a lot of celebrities. People view them one way, I see them one way, then I see them again, then I see them again, then I see them again. Then it's like, okay, so-and-so is this way now, but when it's not that many people around, they're this way, and then they're this way. So I wanted to tell their story from my perspective, and not from this perspective of this is a big celebrity. This is so-and-so. No, I see him like that year or the next year. No, that year. I think I shot DJ Khaled about.
Look at that. You just say that so casually. He's lit. Go ahead.
I mean. Yeah,
it's what we're gonna get into that because I
shot him 10 times that year.
Last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year 2016. Or I'm not, but when I shot him, I was with him so much that people, you know, you hear the chatter of, oh, he's always positive, he's always, this is true, but when you're able to stand next to someone at a certain point and not feel like, oh my God, this is DJ Khaled, and then you start to pay attention to his mannerisms, how nice he really is, and you have a different story to tell beyond just, oh, you know, he's always positive. Nah, there's more to it. Like, he's a caring person. He's energy. I'm Muslim, he's Muslim. We've had different conversations. He give me salams. Like, it's another layer to it.
And within that, he's very consistent. And what you mentioned was consistency by finding someone every day for a year?
Yeah, for a year. Every single day.
With that consistency.
I think I didn't miss a day.
It was just a little delayed.
No, I shot someone every day. But there was one particular day, I came back from Saudi Arabia, and I was tired. So I did shoot someone that day, but because the day was before in Saudi Arabia, when I got back to New York, it wasn't that day, but I did not want to go out. I think it was like I did not want to go outside. So I ended up shooting a candle. So I have someone for that day. But I think for myself, it was like, respect the process. That day you missed out. In American time. So, but otherwise, I shot someone every single day.
And with that consistency, what came from that? Like, you learning from yourself, other people recognizing you. What did you accomplish with that?
I accomplished a lot, honestly, because you have to step outside. I'm a homebody. I love being home. Like,
I would not have known that.
Well, I have to go out for my job.
Yeah.
I have to go out to network. I have to go out to build my brand. But I love, like, I recently got fired from my job. I've been home a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I love being home. So, but what that taught me was, you have to go outside.
Yeah.
Days you just want to sleep on a Saturday, on a Sunday, you have nothing to do. Okay, you don't want to go to an event, go to the corner store. There's a guy who's on my block, he's always yelling, older white guy. He's mentally not there.
Have a conversation.
Have a conversation with him.
Okay, you brave.
And I did.
Okay,
and this guy, this guy is, I won't say he's dope, but he lived a life.
Yeah.
But you view him as something because of him yelling. It's like, oh, he's crazy, across the street.
Stay away.
Okay, that part is there, but he's also a human, and he had what he went through. Plus, it helped me grow as a photographer. Like, it helped me grow as somebody that.
Sorry. Go ahead. It's whatever. It's a conversation that happens. It's my fault. Go ahead. You grow as a photographer.
I started out, one of the stipulations for it was no flash. But
wait a minute. Hold up.
Yeah, so I had a low light lens. That it was a 1.4 35. Great. It's a great lens. It's low light. Yeah. So the thing was, I got this low light lens, but I didn't know a lot about photography. I mean, I was good, but I wasn't as good as I am now. I'm much better. Yeah. And I look at my work and I see the growth. But I didn't know that the camera I had and the lens I had weren't compatible in the way that they're compatible, but not in the way that they should. I now have a camera that I spent thousands on, and it works. But at the time, I had a camera that I was shooting on for like 5 years, which I learned to the specifics, but I didn't know much about lenses. So the challenge was shoot with low light. But as I went, I'm realizing, no, use flash. So the challenge itself grew, but I then started to grow as a photographer because I had to learn mounted flashes. Mutual friends, Pete, Joe, and Rome all helped me in a lot of ways. Those are people that I go to. Even Carl Ferguson as well. Like, there's people that I go to and they help me a lot in that process of just understanding. No, f-stops, apertures. Like,
all right, we see that he knows a lot about cameras and all that. Let's go back, because you just mentioned different things. Oh, you just got off tour, or you were just with Jay Electronica, you were just with DJ Khaled. How did you get started, and what made you start? Like, what inspired you to become your visual, you being a visual storyteller?
What inspired me?
Yeah.
Firstly, I would say religion.
Okay.
That is the base of why I'm here now. That's a deeper story which we don't have to go into, but religion. But after that, after I came back from religious studies, I came back to New York City, and I started a clothing line. I started a clothing line because calligraphist, I do calligraphy, Arabic calligraphy, and another language as well. But Arabic being the dominant with English mixed in. And I wanted to promote that clothing line, which I'm still working on it, but it's in production, whatever. So after a while of waiting on photographers, I was like, and I've always been someone that took photos. I just enjoyed taking photos. Yeah. I didn't care about quality. I just took photos. I didn't even call myself a photographer. I just love going to parties. I had a little disposable little camera. Wow. And you just take photos. And you put it on MySpace.
What year was this? MySpace?
Yeah.
2006?
Yeah, 2006.
Hey.
But it was like family. Like, it was like just out.
So they knew you was already associated with the camera.
Yeah,
10 plus years ago.
It wasn't even in my mind. But I remember seeing then those photos becoming the profile picture and them popping up on the pages, and you think back and it's like, no, people always enjoyed my eye. Yeah. Even though the photos may have been a little shitty, but
disposable camera.
Yeah, but like I look back on it, and then going to Facebook, it becoming people's like, they have the albums you're tagging. I'm going back. I'm like, oh, I took that. But I always was taking photos. So at a point, I got tired of people waiting on people to take photos of my clothing line. I bought a camera. I look at the photos now. Oh my God. But I bought a camera to
That's
shoot.
like me looking back at my eyebrows in 2006. It's tragic.
I don't know too much about that.
Yeah. But I'm trying to relate. Anyways, go ahead.
Yes, I bought a camera. With no specifications to like I'm gonna become a photographer or whatever. And yeah, like didn't take a lot of photos in my brand, honestly. I took some, but I realized it's not what I want. I wasn't good. The lighting wasn't right. I didn't understand lighting. I didn't understand a lot. Like because I wasn't trying to be a photographer.
Yeah.
I just literally wanted to, because at that time, I was just in the production mode.
Yeah.
Yo, shoot. Okay, something came out. I wanted to put it on. Just you want to get it rolling. And then my brother Mazio, he's the director. He allowed me to come on sets and do my thing, and he's a big contributor to me as an individual, and through him I always give him the credit because he allowed me to be behind the camera when he's doing videos and take photos, and he never ever critiqued my work. He allowed me to flow. Like there was times there was times as I got better and he realized this is what you want to do, he was like, no, this is what I need this angle, I need this, because he's a director that's doing movies or videos, and he knows the photos he wants to connect with those videos. Yeah. So there were this is years later. In the beginning, there was honestly, and I'm thinking he never critiqued me to be like, oh nah, that photo's blurry. Oh nah, that's out of focus. He never did that. He just allowed me to be around.
That's dope. And
through him, I became really cool with specifically two people, Raekwon and Jack Thriller. Those from that experience, and those are good friends to this day. And through that experience, I met my first celebrity. Like, you know, in my
Raekwon.
Yeah, that may have been the first number I got in my phone. Like, I've been to Jersey like.
So when did you make the decision to actually pursue and educate yourself on which camera to use, and what inspired?
2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Like maybe three.
So it's been a hobby until 2016 or 2015. Right?
I've been shooting for about 10 years. I've been in the industry professionally for about 7, but.
Let me tell you something. He is very consistent because I've researched you and you use the hashtag calligraphist photography. What's your hashtag?
Calligraphist photography.
And your hashtag goes back.
Yeah, calligraphist goes back, and the other one is calligraphy goes back as well. Yeah.
And you used to do shoes too. You used to have a hashtag for your shoes too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the stock.
It's gonna come. It's gonna come back.
It's gonna come back. Yeah. Okay, but you've been doing that since before you decided to take it seriously. So
I'm big on branding. I'm big on branding.
This. Wow, that's another. We're going to focus on photography on this conversation, but we're going to have you come back because you are very consistent with your branding, especially you're wearing your logo right now.
Yes, I am.
I think everything you wear has your logo in some capacity.
I try to. Yeah. It's important. Like, I think it's very important. Because I'm going to roll this brand out again.
Yeah.
And people should see it. So when it comes out, I've seen it. Yeah, because you've seen it on me.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah.
Cool.
Listen, okay, that's so dope. So who was your first celebrity, I don't know, compensated shoot?
Jack Thriller was the first person Jack Thriller and Cypher Sounds were the first 2 people that ever really paid me for my craft. Not like, oh, just take this little money. Like, and I shot for free for them, but at a certain point they were like, no, I want to hire you to do so and so. And Jack Thriller was, I think he was the first. It wasn't a lot of money, but he was like, he was honest. He was like, I want to hire you. He was doing 16 or better, and I remember the day. He was like, I want to hire you, and he was like, what's your? At the time, I didn't really have a budget. Like it was just like, it's like,
you want to pay me?
Yeah, it's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Because I was a photographer, but I knew I wasn't that good.
Yeah.
But I had an eye. I cared about how things looked. I cared about quality. So I just try to get better every day. And Jack Thriller and Cypher Sounds were 2 people who I remember putting money in my pocket when they didn't have to, because I was still working. I have the mentality of you have to intern, you have to learn, you have to make mistakes, you have to pay your dues. So I wasn't expecting anything, but me getting paid and seeing that it was genuine, and that's
kind of what transpired to where you are right now.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
So
it made me think about getting paid. It made me think about a budget. It made me think about whatever.
all right, so you mentioned Joe, Pete,
Mhm.
fellow photographers
Yes.
that helped you with fine tuning your
Mhm.
camera skills. So you were approached by Jack Thriller,
Mhm.
and he's like, "Oh, I want to pay you," and they ask you, "Oh, how much are you charging?" Who did you reach out and at that time
I didn't. It was at that point I didn't reach out to anyone. I didn't have many mentors at that point. It was my brother, Mazio, but at that point Jack reached out to me because normally I would come in with my brother and just do what I do and, you know, hustle and whatever. At that point, Jack reached out to me and said, I need pre-photos before the actual taping of 16 or better. So I need to shoot every single one of. I actually need to go back and find those photos. I need to see where I was at that point. I need to get photos of every single one of the girls in their 16 or better t-shirts and model. No, just whatever. And I remember I had a ladder and what, like it was my first photo shoot. It was the first process for real, and I didn't have someone that I was like, oh, who, like I have people I can do now. And
so
whatever.
what would you suggest to the novice photographer that gets approached the first time? How do you set your rates? What did you go off of? Like,
definitely do
hourly?
research.
Yeah.
Definitely do research. Like at that point, but definitely do research, but also know where you are in your craft.
So where do you research? I mean Google, but like what?
No, Google. It's Instagram. Like if you're an up and coming photographer or someone who's interested in photography, follow photographers like myself. But like just follow people you appreciate, follow people you like, people that are successful, people that are getting paid, that are traveling, that are being booked, and like DM them. Don't just follow them and not interact with them. Build a rapport. Go to their events. Do the regular things, and you'll build a network of people who you appreciate and respect you. They see your grind and they're willing to give you honest critiques. Someone slid in my DM the other day, was like, anyway, talking about a flash, but I ended up reprimanding them. I'm like that, but I was like, dude, I asked him, I was like, what research have you done? He was like, none, just me commenting on Instagram. I said, cool, but you didn't even take what's within your power to even learn about Flash. You just are like, I never used it. Which one should I buy? Yeah. But it's like, do you know anything about lighting, diffusers?
And why you're buying specific? Yeah.
You just see people doing it and they're making money, but that may not be your lane at all.
Listen, we got so much to talk about this.
So,
so let's get on the budget. Stay on the budget first.
So.
You will read somebody via your post on Instagram about
and it's not even me trying to check them. It's more of me saying expand your thought process and be like, you have everything you need. Just because the photo that I posted, I've learned how to use my mounted flash to a way that it doesn't look like I'm using a flash. Okay. To a certain extent, depends on the event. And people are like, what flash are you using? It's like, no, I know how to use the flash that I'm using. Yeah. So with budgets, it's like, if you do the research, like, okay, how can I answer this
without reading? Because listen.
Well, no, how can I answer it in a very in a way that someone would benefit from it?
Like, is there a specific photography forums that they can go to?
I'm not that guy.
You're not that guy.
I would say go to Photos by Rome. He's dope at that.
See, I don't know that.
That's his. And I probably should. I'm just not the guy that goes on. I do go on some, but it's more of by a whim. Okay. Or I have a thought and I'll Google it and then it'll take me to a site and then I'll spend 4 hours on just researching. But I don't go on a daily.
Keyword Google. Just
no,
type in the
Google.
question. And
Google has helped me so much.
I find that if you research on your own, you'll be more specific and intentful when you're asking somebody. And so then he's asking you the flash. He could have asked, okay, so I see you were in this environment, and then you could tailor the question so you can specifically answer.
Or he could have said, I looked up 2 separate flashes. Yeah. This is what I like. This is compatible with my camera. Which one should I buy? Then I would have been like, I've never used that one. This is what I use. But this is what this photographer uses. Yeah. This is what you should buy. Like, that's what I do when I approach certain people. Like, me and Joe, I text him a lot about lighting and this person.
I
like,
have Joe up here.
Yeah, because he's very specific. He's a very technical person. But that's he's great at that. Yeah. So I know I can go to him and be like, yo, I'm gonna get this flash. He'll give you an honest answer. I've never used that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to recommend it, and then you go and use it, and it fucks up on you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not taking a blame for that. I respect that, but I can go to him and say, I want this specific flash or this specific light. Should I not? You both shoot on Nikon. You know what I mean? Like, there's steps you take before you ask someone that you can do yourself.
Cool.
So with the budget, I would just say, do your research. Sometimes, just because you shoot celebrity doesn't mean you deserve to be paid what other people are being paid. Know where you are and who you are, and at this point,
there's a lot of market research going on in comparison with them.
Oh, 100%. Like, I just started getting lit, whatever that means, last year. Like, last year was my year.
Really?
This
I
year,
feel like it
no.
was before that.
No, there was bubblings. Last year, consistently throughout the whole year, I was doing shit. I was doing...
So your rates went up?
We 100%.
Friends, they come to you, hey, my birthday, we've been friends since whenever, shoot me. What do you say? Because I can tell you, I feel like I've seen posts and you're saying, hey, if you are my friend, you will respect my craft and you will respect my rates. Yeah,
it depends. See, and this is an honest answer. And because I'm cool with you, I'll give you the answer. I normally don't.
I'm trying to, I'm just basically getting a quote right now. So what's up? No, I'm going to charge you. Or I'm not going to charge you. One of the two. I'm most likely at this point in my life going to charge you. Okay. Or we're gonna work something out. There's gonna be some kind of give and take. Okay. But I have an issue with friendships and business. Okay. If you want me to attend your event as a friend, then know that don't ask me to shoot. Don't ask me to shoot. Yeah. If I decide to bring my camera out because you are my friend and I want to get this moment and I love photography, let me do that. I've been to a lot of events where friends are like, oh, just get 2 shots of me. And then you're just like, oh, well, why did you really want me?
Yeah. And my thing is, if you know me, then you know I'm not just going to do 2 shots. Because I enjoy the craft, but I'm also a visual storyteller. I'm going to then look at, you have a cake. Oh, your grandmother's here. Oh, your mother's here. Oh, your hair. I know you care about this. You have on new shoes. You have on an outfit. Like
so then it turns into work.
It turns into work because that's how my brain works. I'm not gonna half-ass a job or something that I have a passion for, but I also know how important it is to you. Like, if you have especially if you're someone that I'm cool with. I don't have a lot of friends, but I have a lot of acquaintances. And if we're cool on a certain level, and I know enough about you, you know enough about me, like my camera go with me wherever I go. It's normally always with me. If I have a book bag on, my camera's in it. I may not have a mounted flash on it. But my camera itself is always with me. Yeah. So I'm always down to work. But so the answer, to be specific, I do get frustrated when I'm invited out to places and they say there's no budget. Fine, and then I get there and I tell them I don't want to shoot. They're like, and they have an attitude. Oh, really? Oh. And another thing, I am not media. I am not hire me.
Listen, he's not media.
Like,
all right,
there's times that I work in a media capacity, but don't think of me as, oh, I need press there. That's not me. Okay. That's not me. I want to be hired. All right. If you want press there, let me know that and we'll work that out. But the first thought I would like for someone to have is exclusivity, that I'm going to be the photographer there, even if there's no budget. If you can't pay me.
So you want that to be your territory?
Well, no, that's something I decided on this year. Okay. And I'm putting it out there, honestly. Not even okay, you don't have a budget? I don't want any other photographers there. I just don't want them there. I don't want Getty there. I don't want them there because you want me to be there. You love my work. You value my work. You say I'm so dope. Whatever, all these things. And then you have 10 other photographers there, excuse me. Then it's like, why am I there? And then you can't pay me? But the next day, I see all of my photos on Instagram.
With no photo credit or with photo credit?
Depends on the client. But still, yeah, I'm big on that too.
Yo, we got the...
No, but I see a lot of my photos. There'll be 10 photographers, and I know why they're there. But there's 10 photographers at an event. And my photos specifically are the ones making rounds. Which is dope. Yeah. But it's like, you see the value in who I am, what I can do, but you can't even offer me and this is me talking specific. Like there's a taxi, a Uber, a Lyft,
something,
a Via, food, making sure I eat, making sure if the event ends late that I'm getting back home specific. Like that's so I'm passionate on giving creatives their respect. Mm-hmm. So yeah, what was the initial question?
He wants to get paid.
Basically. I want to get paid on what proper compensation.
Yeah, especially
like some of the people got buddy pass joints.
Mm-hmm. What's up?
Hook me up with the companion pass. Like, I'm being 100. It's not always about money.
Yeah.
Some of these people have opportunity, and I want it to be genuine. Where it's like, okay, I can't pay you, but I'm cool. I know you love sneakers. I'm cool with CEO. Blah blah blah. I can't promise you money. I can plug you in with this person in a legit plug, and you run it from there.
Yeah.
Like, but people don't even think that far because they're thinking selfishly. This is what I need for my event. Oh, you can't give me that? Well, fuck you. I'm moving on to that. Nah, we can work. Yeah. But let's have a conversation. Yeah. If my quota's too high for you, work barter me. I may say no. Mm-hmm. I may say, nah, I can't do that. But, nah, I know you got the sneaker plug, or you got the coat plug, or you got the hat plug, or you got the beard essential. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, let's talk about doing more than just monetary. Yeah. Charlemagne says people miss out on opportunities because there's not a check attached to it. It's not specifically, but that's the gist of it. Like, there's a lot of opportunities out there that don't have money attached to it, and I'm down for that, if it makes sense.
All right. So, like, who are favorite people that you have worked with so far, and who's somebody that you are wanting to work with?
Favorite people. I don't have one, honestly, because I'm a very positive person, so the experience is normally always good. There's been not good experiences, but those come. Like, I would never focus on those. They're there. I had experience at Art Basel with one specific woman, and I've talked about it with friends, but she's beloved within the black community, especially black women. And it was it wasn't. And it was like it wasn't a bad experience. Okay. But it was an experience that didn't need to happen because of whatever reason, but because I deal with a lot of people, I know it was probably that moment, and it actually wasn't her specifically. It was more of her team, but she allowed it to happen, and it kind of made me like, damn, like
disappointing.
Yeah, it was disappointing, and yeah, it was really disappointing, and it's like, you're a beloved person. I know it gets overwhelming. I know, I get it, and I can't even fully understand because I'm not even on that level. But it was a little frustrating to see because in the space we were, there was nothing but influencers, celebrities, people of, 100K followers, like whatever, like it was people who
some type of clout.
Yeah, some kind of whatever, and no one was like, oh my god, but it still had that air of, oh, this is me, and it was disappointing, and I was shooting for someone specific at that time, and I let her know that. I'm like, no, this is gonna go somewhere. This is for this. Like, and I wasn't even back. I was like, I'm shooting for so and so. Can I get the shot of you? It's you're here for this. Hey, what's up? And it wasn't the best. So I don't focus on that, but I'm saying that to say that those things happen, and I had this stupid mindset of, I'm working with her never again. But I'm like, nah, like that was a moment. I'm definitely gonna give her a chance. But I would bring it up. I would definitely in a respectful way say that when we first met, blah blah blah, whatever. But I don't have a favorite person. I enjoy shooting certain people because I know how to shoot them. I shot them a lot. Like like for example, Justine Sky. Okay. She's an amazing energy. She's she's happy. She's fun to shoot because she gives you energy. She walks in. I think the last time I shot her was at Lenny S's Toast with Ann's brand, and she walked into the venue like dancing. She had a whole like crew with her. Her DJ, like it was. I know her the whole energy was dope.
Felt good.
And whenever I see her, like she gives that energy, even when I can tell that she's not really there to be photographed. Like we have a cool rapport where it's like, all right, I'm not gonna bother you, but I need the shot for the night. No. And she'll, she got she'll do the shot. She'll get it. So like that's first that came to mind. Like, but I've shot Jay-Z. not one-on-one, which is the goal. I know people are Rock Nation, so make that happen, please. But yeah, like I enjoy photography. So for me, I make even when it's not an enjoyable thing, I make it enjoyable because I have a vision for what the photos are going to be used for. So, like, I shot Jay Electronica last night. Yo, he's an amazing soul. Yeah. Like, I've always wanted to shoot him. I'm happy that, like, you know, you miss out on opportunities. You're like, man, I should have been there, but I wanted to be home. But the opportunity you get is the opportunity that was made for you. And I got to talk to him, got to shoot him, and it was a grind. So I left from New York, went to Philly. Me and my homegirl, I drove there, but drove her car. Didn't know if I was getting backstage or not. I knew I was, but I only got photo pit passes. But I'm like, I'm getting backstage because I know his manager. We're cool, but it still wasn't given to me. Yeah. And then after the show, he passes me the all access pass to go backstage. Oh, so, you know, like that whole process, it humbles you and it makes you, because if I'm thinking all I'm getting is photo pit access, I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna get all the shots I can get because I have a story to tell. I have a vision I want to tell with this story, and I'm gonna execute it. Now me getting backstage, that's the icing on the cake. Oh, cool. Now I get to do extra. Yeah. And then he's inviting, and then he's like, I'll show you some photos after. Like, it's really dope when you work with people like that. And he's Muslim, so, you know, that's another energy that we share, giving salams to each other, that kind of stuff. But aside from that, his energy is dope. Forget he didn't drop an album. Forget he didn't do these things. Just him as an individual, I want to work with him again. And if I never do, this one experience is great. So
you're very passionate about photography from the beginning to the end, because you will be at a event and you will have the photos that same night. Yeah, I'm big on.
Well, I'm not big on rushing. I don't post on my Instagram the same night, but I'm big on just getting it out.
He will have the photos to you the same day, like within a couple of hours.
Well, you know why?
No.
Well, one of the reasons is I'm big on shooting the photo you want in your camera. The post-production should be very minimal. This isn't a photo shoot. And even if it's a photo shoot, it should be, like, you should know enough about your camera and your lighting to get the photo where you kind of want it to be. Now, there's other heavier editing if you're doing editorials, going in a magazine, then, you know, it's specifics. But if you're putting on Instagram, shoot in camera.
Oh, so you know, like, okay, if you're going to see me at it, then you know I'm just going to post it on Instagram.
Not even. Know? Like, in this lighting now, I know what my settings are going to be. Wow. For the shot that I want. Okay. Like, I know what the settings are going to be. I'm not just going to take a... I hate professional automatic shooters. It's no real thing. Yeah. Automatic is for non-professionals. Me. You should shoot in manual. And that's something I had to learn. I'm not saying I never shot on automatic. I have. But when you start to step in a certain realm, you should be shooting on manual.
How do you feel about Instagram photographers? Is that the proper title?
I don't know.
Like, do you categorize who's to be taken seriously and who's just someone?
I do, but as I go on, you realize there's lanes for everyone. Yeah. Is that a lane that... Because I myself am a quote-unquote Instagram photographer in a sense. A lot of my work is viewed on Instagram. A lot of people DM me through Instagram and book me. So, in a sense, I'm an Instagram photographer. Okay. But there's people who specifically only shoot for Instagram and don't have the thought process to say that this photo may or can or will go on a billboard. Or it will go in a magazine. Or it will go in this campaign, this ad, this whatever. Yeah. So, if you only shoot for Instagram, then the quality of your photo will always be low. So when that photo's blown up, when it's enlarged, when it's whatever, then it's not usable. So, yeah, you kind of, so
you're thinking out bigger than Instagram,
of course,
basically, when you're editing.
Of course. I have at least 1,000 photos of Jay-Z from last year. I shot him 4 times last year. Wow. I probably posted about 3. Because
I'll be posting every last one of them. I'll be in the camera like, what's up?
I begin to post them. I'll begin to post them. I'll put my little swipe thing together, and then I'll think about it. Why am I posting this? Who's it for? Is it just for Instagram? Is it just for clout? I don't care about clout in that sense. Like, why am I posting this? I shot Chris Brown the first time this year, twice. I haven't posted
already? We're in February, you guys.
Yeah, I shot him twice this year.
You've been working. You were on tour with Eric Bellinger, right?
Not tour per se. He did. Eric Bellinger. He's working on releasing his album this year. Easy Call, and he came on a short press run. He was on tour, but he did like 3. It was a short tour, and New York was one of his stops. Yo, he sells out every time he comes. Like, yo, the women
I feel like
love
I missed
Eric.
out. I've just been put on to Eric Bellinger late summer
Eric
last
is
year.
amazing. Like,
yeah,
and the thing is, I've been a fan for years. So to work with someone who you're a fan of,
that's so
but
dope.
not fan out, but appreciate who they are, and then they're dope. They're dope people.
Do they reach out to you?
Both. You like that? I reached out to his team. I know his manager. Like, I reached out to his team. I've shot him many times before that, but we've over the years developed a relationship, and then you reach out and like, it's Grammy week.
It's important.
I know you're gonna be out here.
Relationships are you, and you're thinking ahead. Yo,
Oh, you have
listen.
to.
You need to call this. Y'all should be paying for this video right now because you're thinking ahead about
But you
Grammys.
have
You're
to.
projecting.
I'm thinking about the Oscars right now.
Relationships years prior. You made these relationships
Yeah.
that you can go back because you have great experience and trust vibes, and you're actually monetizing those relationships you probably made in 2015, 2014,
2012,
and you're pitching your 2012, and you're pitching yourself. So you have to pitch yourself as a photographer.
You have to. Like, no matter what, like, you can be the biggest photographer ever. You have to. The pitching then changes in a way. Yeah. But you have to pitch yourself. Like, I went through my like, I saw it. I reached out to Eric because I saw it. But I didn't reach out to him because it was Grammys. I reached out to him because he posted something. I was like, he's gonna be in New York. All right, it's Grammy week. He may be doing some stuff. Let me send this little text. Yeah. And it was like, yeah, we need you. And it worked out where for 3 days I was with them. And I have amazing footage. And Eric is one of the dopest people I've worked with. Like, because, and he may not, well, not that I won't like it. He's more successful than a lot of your favorite artists monetarily, Grammy-wise, hit-wise, who he's worked with, his circle, his family. Like, he's a successful person, but one of the most humble people. And his team is great. And then you work with people who have one little hit. I won't say little. They have a hit.
And then their whole vibe.
And their whole vibe is like, I'm the shit. Like, yo, go to Eric's Instagram. The cars that he drives. Your biggest.
Because you put me onto a lot of people. When you posted Eric Bellinger, it reminded me I just got put onto this person. Let me go look. And then I saw his Instagram. I was like, wow, he's lit. Or Rhapsody. Yeah. I didn't know anything about
Rhapsody?
And she's from North Carolina. I'm from North Carolina.
Rhapsody's
How do I not know?
Working with Rhapsody. Rhapsody's like, she's amazing. Like, working with these kind of people makes you forget about the other bullshit people.
Though, you're promoting. You're yourself.
But I'm big on that. If you look at my page, I know what I'm gonna post. I don't post it just because.
Sci-Hi the Prince.
Sci-Hi's amazing. And
I actually listened. I was like, okay, he posted it. I followed.
His album was one of the albums of the year last year. Like, but I like to work with people that I can appreciate. Yeah. Not just. I'm not saying I'm gonna turn down the hot artists, but I'm not gonna chase them. But if I can appreciate you, and like, I'm not gonna fan out like, yo, I love this song of yours, but it's like, nah, I appreciate you. I'm gonna shoot you and be singing your song while I'm shooting. Yeah. I'm like, I was on stage with Eric, and I'm like, oh, that's my shit.
You're capturing different things because you're wanting to tell a story.
Exactly.
And so I noticed you talk about vibes a lot. You talk about telling the story. So when you're working with Charlemagne, the God, what is that like? How do you frame the story? Like, at what point? Just tell me about working with him.
He's another, beyond who people perceive him to be. Like, I've spent enough time with him in intimate settings, and he went on his book tour. I did some of his book tour. He's a good person. Not a perfect person, but he's a good person, and he gives off honest vibes. He gives off honest energy. You may not like it, but it's honest. It's not coming from a place of whatever you may assume it's coming from. And working with him is dope because he doesn't necessarily care about photography or photos.
So you have free range.
So I have free range. I'm really cool with his team. and I then frame the stories I want to tell. Because out of all the photos I've taken of him, he doesn't really post them, which is fine. Like, I'm not doing it for him to give me followers. Mm. It's beneficial for both of us because, well, the first magazine cover that I've ever done was him.
Wow.
And it came out.
What magazine?
Radio Facts.
Wow.
And his team reached out to the magazine to reach out to me, and that was based off of a relationship. That's based off of me being loyal, consistent, and
Listen, consistent and persistent. This man right here.
And so, no, like I have nothing bad. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about him because nothing. But even based off of that, there has to be a big something major has to happen for me to say something bad about him because, like, he's a genuine person dealing with me. He's always dealt with me. His team has always been honest. And most people that I've worked with, there's been a lot of dishonest people, but most people that I work with, because I give off an energy of...
Exactly, you're attracting that.
I'm a pretty positive person, even through my rants and it's come from a place of growth and positivity. So I don't walk into... Plus, I mean, I'm going to say I know my place, but if I walk into an event and it's your event, but I know I'm cool with it, I'm going to sit on the couch next to you and be in all your photos and be in your Snapchat. I'm there to do a service, a job, or I stand in the corner, I shut my mouth, I pay attention. Like, you know where you are, and they peep that. They peep if you're in the car and you're like, yo, you're in the front, because I ride in the front seat if I'm there, in the, like, I'm snapping, and you get, like, they peep that energy. And at Charlemagne's book party, there was people there he didn't want on in photos. I paid attention to that. I also listened to. I watched his interviews, and he never told me. His team never told me. He never said don't take photos of this person. But out of respect, he doesn't show his family. I'm not taking a photo of his family. I could have.
Yeah. No
one would have said anything because I'm shooting the event and I'm trusted. So, oh yeah, he's good. I could have done that. But out of respect, you don't do that. Yeah. And that's valued because when you send that album and she's not in it, that's there. So, and maybe in the long run, I'd be the one that does the portrait of the family when, like, you know what I mean? Like, you aim 5 years down the line based off of, but it's also a respect thing. Like, I go to many events and, like, and this just came to my mind. Women rappers, for example. Like, rappers, they hold a mic. There's ways if you take a photo, it looks like someone's giving head.
Oh, no, wait a minute. We gotta talk about some women rappers now, because I know. Can we talk about that experience? Because we could just get
I know what you're...
We don't have to be so specific.
I can name the person, but...
You sure? Is you sure? Is you certain?
I actually don't want to... let's just
not.
I can talk about the experience, and I won't say where it was done at. I'll just give the gist of it.
Yeah, because that will give it away.
What happened?
Yeah, just give a generalized. Don't give location, name.
I was shooting an event. One of the main DJs, I was his personal photographer. I had all access, so that means I didn't have any of the protocol as to what not and not to do. It was like, do what you want to do. You're shooting for the DJ. And it was a bunch of big acts. Like, that was an amazing event. A bunch of top tier A-list rappers, singers, artists.
In New York.
First time I ever shot, Beyonce was there. Yeah.
What? I haven't seen those photos.
See,
I can't.
I posted one Beyonce photo my whole.
What are you gonna do with all these photos? Are you gonna do like a site, but then people could probably take the photos?
Fuck a site. I'm trying to do art battles. I'm trying to do showings. I'm trying to do books. I'm trying to do coffee table books. I'm trying to.
You're not trying, you're doing it.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like,
you probably have the plan right now.
Well, yeah, like, I want to work directly with her team. Like, you know, like, forget Instagram. Like, I'm not saying that's a platform, but I don't want my stuff to live there. Yeah. Yo, you posting on Instagram. But nah, that joint is sitting in a hotel every day you see it. And when she goes in that hotel, God willing, she like, oh, who took that? Oh, wait, let me hire him for my next, you know what I mean? Like, that's my objective.
But with the event.
Yeah, so that's the first time I shot her there. So I guess the artist that we're talking about, her set came on, and I was shooting. No one told me not to, and I guess at a certain point, it was communicated to some people, but not me, because I was floating around. I was doing my thing. It was communicated, I guess, not to shoot her, and I'm not trying to shit on her, because if that was communicated, that's what she expected. But it wasn't communicated to me. And I kept shooting. And this person, and the way I was shooting, so if this is the stage, I was here. And then this is me, then my camera was here. So I was like, eye level. So they turned around, and then saw, like, the only camera they saw was mine. But I'm saying, in my mind, there's no thoughts of, you shouldn't be here, you should be, no, do your job, shoot. So I'm shooting, and the person then flips out. That doesn't flip out, but it's like,
on stage.
Yeah, on stage. On stream. It's on stream. There's it's and and it's like, stop shooting me. It was like, she didn't flip out, but it's like, but you can tell in her face, like, it was like,
she probably did,
and it was, but I could see in her face that it was a surprise. It was like, why is this person here?
Yeah, so she
they're not, because
violated.
the exact direction in which she turned in, because, and I was there, it was like, oh hell no, who is this? Why is he? He's not my photographer. Like I get it. That's why I would never. But the way that the team handled, so later that night, I get approached, delete all the photos, and
they basically bum rushed you and threatened.
Yeah, it was like 3 of them.
Destroyed. Wow.
Yeah, it was like 3 of them, and
Wow.
Yeah, it was a learning situation. I got an email from a big time lawyer saying cease and desist. And I didn't post anything, but I was going off at the mouth on Instagram, on Twitter. That was my fault. I was tweeting through it, but I just should shut up. Yeah. Like, yeah, I was tweeting through it. So they took my camera, which I could have sued. Just things that could have happened through it. I was green. I didn't know. I wasn't green. It's never happened to me before. I didn't know I didn't know what to do in those moments. And
what would you do? What would you do now and suggest to someone that?
I'll say no.
To even coming to shoot that event, or like?
Oh no, not at that. I would, in that situation with what I know now.
No, not to deleting the photos off of you.
Yeah, like, I didn't sign anything. I didn't do anything. I'm with this person. This person has access. I have all access. What, like, if we can come to the agreement that please don't post them, or whatever, we can come to that agreement. But you're not deleting I own these. Yeah. And yeah, it was a learning process, because I am gonna post those photos. Not right now, but they're gonna go up eventually. They're really dope, and she's gonna love them, regardless of. She probably forgot about the situation anyway. Yeah. But her team, when they see it, probably, I don't know, whatever. I really don't care, because I do own them. But that's when we talked about mentorship and who I reach out to and who ask questions. That's when I reach out to people that been through that. And in that moment, I spoke to Jonathan Mannion about it, and he gave me some of the best gems that I've gotten. Like, I think the first time, like, we've spoken before, but through like real mentorship, from there I knew I could talk to him about a lot. Yeah. And what he told me was, are you gonna sacrifice a relationship over Instagram, or are you gonna maintain and respect and not even a relationship, your career? Because it could have damaged my career. Yeah. I was banned from certain things for a period of time. Wow. Yeah, it got kind of serious. Kinda. Not really. But, you know, when you get the little chills, like, oh, this email's from, and this person, this is the lawyer for, what? Oh, okay. You got to relax a little bit there, brother. So I learned a lot from the situation, but it also opened my eyes and my understanding to who I was, where I was in a certain capacity, the access that I had. And I haven't shot that person since, and I've had opportunities to. I don't like being treated any kind of way. Do I think I'm owed an apology? Yes, but it wasn't specific from her. So I think I'm owed an apology from her team. And it's funny. One of her teams, he's a legendary manager, and he wouldn't be that. I didn't know who he was. I never visually saw him. I never Googled him. I knew his name. I know what he's done. And at that moment, he's one of the people that kind of pressed me. And I took about, and I don't want to take too long on this, I took about 5,000 photos that night. Wow. Like, I took a lot of photos, so I had to go through all of my photos. And I could have procrastinated, but because I wanted to be appeasing to them, so I deleted them. But he ended up walking away. The other guy ended up walking away, and I'm sitting there being cool about it, and only one guy stays, and he deletes. I took about maybe 300 of her. He deletes about 100. He doesn't even delete all of them. But if anyone knows me, they know that I'm also respectful. So those photos have not gone up. I could have put them up, but they haven't gone up because I have no reason to. But it is funny to kind of end the situation. Hovain was there. I didn't know he was there. He saw me at an event later. He was like, "Yo, the way you handled that situation, I applaud you for that."
See, people
he was watching. He was like, "The way you handled that, I applaud you," because a lot of people wouldn't have handled that in a certain way, like someone taking your camera out of your hand.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't thinking, that could have been a very physical situation, which could have been bad for everyone.
Yeah.
Because that's my livelihood. That's so. But that's something that I build off of, and I pay more attention. I'm like, can I shoot here? I can't.
Sure.
Buy a lens that. This is where you spend money. Buy a lens that you can set in the back of the venue and shoot all the way to the front.
Wow.
You know what I mean? This is where you start to put into your craft. And I actually bought a lens like that after that event. I bought a 300 millimeter, just for that, like for those kind of reasons. So that you can get what you need and do your work. So yeah.
It's a lot.
I'm long-winded.
It goes. No. I've learned so much from you that I feel like I can take into what I'm doing.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it's consistency, vibes, trusting your vibes, really valuing your relationships when you're meeting people, and just always thinking ahead. You're great at branding, and I'm gonna have to have you back.
I could do much better at it, but
Don't
I'm cognizant of it. I can do much better. Much better.
I'm gonna have to have you back because I feel like we have so many more conversations to have. But thank you.
I'm a talker, so
yeah.
Like I don't think we touched upon a lot.
We didn't, but I feel like we got a whole lot. We're gonna have to do a part 2.
Yeah, because like I have a whole rant about. I do have a rant about Instagram photographers, but it's about the Instagram photography realm, not the photographer.
Okay.
It's about credit and.
How about this? Next month we're gonna have you back.
So like
yeah.
But it's dope. Like I like the space.
Yeah.
I like where I am. My first year not having a 9-to-5 or a full-time job. So
and
it's a different hustle.
Yeah.
It's new, but it's different. Like last year was my glow up year. This is my prove it year.
Yeah.
This is my alright, you did that last year.
So what's one goal that you want to share, that you feel comfortable sharing, that you want to accomplish for 2018?
I will release my book.
Yes.
I will finally do a showing of my work. An official, 2 showings is the goal, because with the book I want to actually have the photos from the book up on the wall, but also have at least one physical book where that I could then possibly get pre-orders, whatever. But I want to physically have a book for myself, and when I meet these artists, have them sign it again. Just kind of build off of that book. But I want and will have a book signing. Want to go on a book tour off of the book. Like I really want to work this book, even if it's like a 3-city tour. I want to go on a tour with the book. I want to work it, and I want to show for Art Basel. Yeah. I want to, even if it's one piece, I want to show for Art Basel. I want to incorporate my calligraphy with my photography in some kind of amazing way for Art Basel this year, or Art Basel in other places that's not Miami. This year is my year of. It's more of showing myself, not even other people. I don't care about. I love y'all, but I don't care about y'all. Showing myself who I am, my capabilities, putting them into practice, and executing.
Well, I would look forward to seeing that for 2018.
Launching my clothing line, relaunching my clothing line again.
Yes.
See new stuff.
And what's the name?
Calligraphy.
Calligraphy.
With FY. CALLIGRAFY.
I'm going to put that down in the description box. I'm going to have all your links. Follow him on Instagram @calligraphist.
Yes.
And yeah, he's a dope person, takes great photos, and I'm just so appreciative that you were willing to share all your knowledge. You can see how he's so knowledgeable. He knows everything,
I'm alright.
He always do that.
But beyond that, I want to be remembered as a good person with a good heart. Like, beyond all of the other stuff, I do want to be remembered as someone that was genuine, that has a good heart, and tried to be a good person.
Tried.
Yeah.
No, I'm just like, you're
I'm trying. I mean, I have my moments.
Yeah, you're a good person. But yeah, so leave your comments down in the comment box below. Keep the conversation going by heading over to Twitter using the hashtag #AmorConversation. And until next week, thank you all so much for watching. Bye.
This month I want to have this amount of money, or by this day this month I want to be in the south of France or whatever. If I set those goals for myself, they will happen because I'm
like glue. I know that they hate on me cause I just keep it true. Sipping that drink, I be smoking on loud, got me hot like a cloud with a beautiful view.